How much trouble are the Steelers in? Oh, you okay?
Skip Bayless.
I don't.
I believe in Mike Tomlin,
Oh,
Skip.
boy.
Unfortunately, that's the only thing I can say about them right now. You walk into this season having not won a preseason game. You got to remember they lost Willie Colon and Max Starks on their offensive line. And I told you I had concerns about what I saw in preseason from their offensive line. So then you go out there against Tennessee, who gave up more points than anybody in the NFL last year. And you get Ben Roethlisberger sacked 5 times. And then on top of it all, Isaac Redman, who was given the starting nod, what does he do? He goes out and fumbles twice, including one time when they're driving.
Yep.
The only points they had was a safety because the dude caught the kickoff, had a foot outside the end zone, but then went back in to do the kneel down rather than return it, and it was called a safety, which basically means your offense did absolutely, positively nothing. Zero, zilch. That's not what I'm accustomed to seeing. I came into this season, I told you the Steelers needed to run the football. They rushed for 32 yards. The Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, rushed for 32 yards. Mike Wallace is going to Miami. I thought that Emmanuel Sanders and Antonio Brown was looking forward to it. Combined, they had about 12 catches. What was it for, Skip? I don't even. What was it for here? I mean, Brown had 71. Sanders had 57. Yeah, what's that? I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the relationship in terms of the chemistry with Big Ben and Todd Haley.
Yep.
I don't know if Emmanuel Sanders and Antonio Brown couldn't get open. I don't know if they didn't have time to get open because the offensive line didn't protect Big Ben Roethlisberger. And I don't know if they didn't protect him because they're inept or they didn't protect him because Tennessee stacked the line of scrimmage because they knew that the Steelers couldn't run the football because Isaac Redman wasn't going to get it done for them. I don't know right now. I know I'm happy that Jonathan Dwyer is back. I know I need to see more from Redmond. I know that Larry Foote going down as your linebacker because he tore his bicep doesn't help. I know that Marquise Pouncey being gone with an ACL and MCL tear is not good news, even though Beecham and a couple of others came in and performed admirably in his absence. But the way it looks, they limited Tennessee to 112 yards on 42 carries. That's not bad. You ran the ball all day long. You averaged less than 3 yards a carry. You did your job. Defensively, the problem is, offensively, you've been given nothing to work with. Tomlin is going to have to lock in on Haley, Big Ben, and more importantly, that offensive line. Because I don't know what I'm seeing right now. These are not the Steelers that I know. And I am concerned. But I believe in Mike Tomlin. I believe in that man.
And you are going to interview him pretty soon, right?
I hope so. I think so, yeah.
I hope so. So are you suggesting that you're ready to say that the Steelers are done for this season?
No.
No.
It's one game. It's one game. No, I'm not going there.
Okay.
No.
Neither am I. Yet, before I get to my point on the Steelers, Stephen A., I want to publicly apologize to the Tennessee Titans because in, what was it, Thursday's prediction segments that we did, I completely dismissed Tennessee when we did our AFC South predictions. And I was wrong because I think they're much better than people are going to give them credit for even off this game. I watched bits and pieces of it, and I had to remind myself they spent $100 million in the free agent market, mostly on very talented no-names, but they still spent that money, and they got way better. Bernard Pollard was a nice pickup from the Ravens to sort of quarterback their secondary. And the other great pickup for them, and again, I can't defend what the guy did because he was at the centerpiece of the bounty scandal in New Orleans, but Greg Williams, my goodness, can he coach defense? Did they not look and feel different yesterday? Big Ben thought so. They were in his face all day long. So to me, Stephen A., I look at what the Steelers did. Don't forget defensively, they played like the Steelers to me, because Jake Locker, no big fan here, but he goes 11 of 20 for 125 yards. Wow, that shouldn't beat you. The great Chris Johnson carries 25 times and averages 2.8 yards per carry. That's not going to beat you. I must congratulate our guy Ryan Clark. Young man, good job. 13 total tackles. So all that was good. Heath Miller will come back at some point, I'm guessing, to give Big Ben a security blanket of a tight end that he trusts. They'll get a little better there. I don't know how to fix the offensive line, but you're going to have to figure out how to work around it. And I think they will. I am not going to give up on the Steelers after one game in which they got surprised at home. They were going in for what would have been the 9-0 touchdown, and Redmond fumbled the ball through the end zone. So once you do that, all bets are off.
Well, what I will say is this, a couple of things. Number one, Munchak, the head coach for Tennessee, swears that Greg Williams isn't calling the plays. That's up to Jerry Gray, the coordinator. He's not leaving it up to Greg Williams to actually call the plays. Right. But clearly, there was a metamorphosis that took place, a complete change in their attitude defensively. I didn't recognize that from Tennessee. That was something that was an eye opener, no doubt about that. But secondly, and more importantly, let me take a moment to express my pleasant surprise to the one and only Skip Bayless. I mean, you actually opened up a segment by apologizing and admitting that you are wrong. Stop the presses. I've never heard it. I didn't know that you were capable of such things. I want you to know. I want you to know that I am surprised and touched that you are actually capable of doing such a thing. Bravo. Bravo.
We clap.
Bravo, man.
Skip has said he was wrong.
Miracles do happen.
I just apologize for
miracles do happen.
They have a chance in the South. They have a chance. Indianapolis did not impress me yesterday. And we'll find out about the Houston Texans a little later tonight.
Stephen A.
You admitted you were wrong.
Stephen A., let's recap. At the end of this segment, you say you still believe in Mike Tomlin, and Skip is not giving up on the Steelers.
Well, he's my favorite. He's my favorite coach. I will never forget when they lost to Tim Tebow in Denver, and a reporter sat there and tried to point to a bunch of injuries that the Steelers had endured, just like they're doing now. And Mike Tomlin interrupted him and said, no, we don't live in that world. We don't make excuses. That's what kids need to know. That's what professional athletes need to know. No excuses. That's why I love that man. He don't make excuses. Just get it done.